it's looking like shaky grounds for Keir Starmer. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's basically a bit of a mini civil war going on in the Labour Party with the backbenchers and the hardliners, and it's looking like we might be heading towards another government turmoil. And well, hopefully we'll see Labour ousted. They've still got the budget review and the whole autumn budget to issue pending now, really. It's a few months' time, and I think that could be the sort of nail in the coffin. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think's happening here? Because we've been predicting this, haven't we? That they're not going to last out the year.
I mean, obviously, I just woke up to watch Keir Starmer standing next to Trump last night at NATO, and him looking like a lost puppy dog, just trying to crave for some attention. It was a bit embarrassing. I mean, it's all falling apart, innit? It was all pretty much predicted. I think October is my bet. When I don't know, we're gonna have to someone's gonna have to crack. He's obviously losing so many seats to what's his name? Who you supporting? Can't think of his name. Reform, yeah. What's his name? Nigel, good old Nige.
Problem that we have, which is actually very similar to the US, is you only want to bring a player off the pitch if you've got a good substitution to come back on. If that good player on the pitch is shit, but the person coming on to replace them is shitter, it's difficult to justify that. So the US had this exact problem. You've got people going, I don't really like Trump, but he's better than what we're currently dealing with Biden. And I think we've got currently something fairly simple. Obviously, reform is quite a controversial choice because the UK can't quickly go from Conservative to a Labour government, then to a Reform Party that quickly, in my opinion. I think it might take a little bit longer. So I think being a bit of stagnation, I reckon.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit booky. I mean, I just don't know how we got to a point where all leaders of government and these big institutions, and even CEOs, man, even some of the CEOs of the big companies in the UK, they're just fucking corporate mongs. They could read a budget sheet and they could talk law and regulation, but there's just no oomph, no gravitas, no character. Where's the character? Where's the billionaire character in the UK or the political leader in the UK outside of members in the Reform Party or Rupert Lowe? It just feels like we're just this dead, soulless country when it comes to leadership. So hopefully, a bit of a political uprising will. Nick Candy's great, yeah, but he's not been too like public facing for years, has he? And then he's now sort of coming into the fore. But
it's very, very difficult to encourage billionaires to go into politics, because you're essentially putting all of your life's hard work into a place where you're in the public eye, you're being judged in every single thing you do. And Trump does it really well because he just doesn't care. But a lot of people do care. Nick Candy probably is thinking, do I want my kids to grow up? If you said to the general public, if you went up with a microphone and said, who is Nick Candy? I guarantee they'll be like, don't know. Does he know? Is he a guy from Willy Wonka chocolate factory? Like he's not a very well-known public eye person unless you're in property.
He's made his billions. He hasn't got to worry about trying to impress anyone.
It's not impressing anyone. It's
well, politics is all political publicity. It's all popularity, isn't it? I mean, that's how you win.
Americans, whenever you hear them talk about the UK and kind of public-facing CEOs, executives, or politicians, they always say that the British journalism and our newspapers and things like that are just brutal compared to the US. In the US, it's a bit more like hunky-dory, and it does go a bit extreme left and right, but it's not like they don't go deep and in for your family and your kids and everything, expose everything in the same way. Whereas in the UK, they just tear people a new one, don't they? Like completely rip people to shreds. So people probably just don't want to do it. They don't want to expose their family to that, which is, I think, exactly right what Jack said. Yeah. But hopefully we'll get some political revolutions coming.
That's why you got no one half decent standing, because no one wants to fucking grow a backbone and get on with it.
It does amaze me when people just come out like study politics at uni and want to do politics. I'm like, that is such a unique thing to be doing.
It is, and it's also wrong. You shouldn't. Like, I don't think kids should be like fucking aspiring to be politicians. Go and produce some shit in the real world, learn reality, and then go into politics as service later on in life, or at some point when you've at least got like 5-10 years under your belt in the private sector. Otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about, do you? If you've not actually gone and experienced shit. But we'll see. There's something's happening. Something's brewing in the country. It's fascinating. Like, this is probably what it felt like, early 20s, 30s, a century ago, where it's like something's not right. Leadership's just fucked, and it's not just the parties. It's the whole system. It just needs something new. If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you go and subscribe to the Ground Up Podcast.